If you are tired of creating the most amazing blogs and content and not having it read, this is the podcast for you. We're going to explore 5 proven headlines that will be sure to attract an engaging audience. Come listen.
Welcome to the Behind Her Brand podcast with your host, Kimberly Spencer. Every week, join Kimberly and her guest for inspiring interviews with passionate business builders, corporate leaders, and catalysts of change. Plus, we will be sharing business and career building strategies and tools that you can use to grow. So let's dive into today's episode.
Okay, so I know you guys have heard me over the various podcasts share about the different frustrations that I hear often. And one of the most prevalent ones is that feeling of you have an amazing body of work. Okay, great content. You have great blogs, great podcasts. You may have a great website, all these amazing things that you feel is great, but you cannot seem to get people to listen, review, read, comment, or anything. And oftentimes, whenever I review someone's information, if they ask me to do an audit, the biggest thing that stands out the most is the headlines, your taglines. Those are the things that will immediately grab someone's attention. And what we're going to go through to podcast today is I'm going to share with you 5 of the most leading headlines that you should infuse, depending, obviously, if it fits the content throughout your body of work. And let me share why this is very important. Headlines is one of the first impressions that someone's going to have outside of visuals when it comes to your marketing. Think about yourself when you're going through Facebook, if you're going through news online, or if you're looking at TV and they throw out this big, impactful, shocking, engaging, interactive, whatever it might be, headline, it causes you either to pause and say, oh, I want to see what this is about. Or maybe if you see it, if you're scrolling through online, it catches your attention because of how it's worded. So then you read, right? You find yourself engaging. Headlines are very important, okay? Because if you're going to be sharing courses, books, blogs, services, programs, you need to really perfect the art of the headline. So here's another thing. It not only does it grab attention, it can also make your message easier for them to read. It can also really convey your main points that you really want someone to say, oh, this is what they wanted to share with me. It makes it stand out more when the headline brings them in. And also, many times it can actually lead to you developing a new client. Okay. So let's look at some of the top 5 headlines that I think are the most prevalent. And when I go through them, ask yourself, okay, have any of these ever caught my attention? And if it did, then obviously it did its job, right? All right. So the first one is the question. Here's an example. Are you worried about your financial future? How you pose that question, whatever question it might be in your area of expertise, think about your audience. Think about the content that they want to read. A question headline automatically gets your readers involved in your message because they answer it in their minds. Many people will read further into your letter, your ad, or website copy just to find out what answer or solution you're providing. And again, make sure the question focuses on the reader's interest, but not yours. Here's an example that I would not do. Do you know what new product we've created this year? Here's the thing. No one cares but you. I know that sounds kind of harsh, but if you ask, hey, do you know what we created? Listen to when I say it again, it doesn't really grab your attention, does it? It doesn't make you say, no, I don't know what you created. That's pretty much what's going to go through your mind. So it doesn't make you want to dive in more. But if I ask a question, are you worried about your financial future? For many people, yeah, depending on where they are in life, it might be, well, I'm worried, but or maybe it's like, well, I wish it was a little stronger. You find yourself answering the question in your mind. So then you're going to dive into the article to learn more. So make sure your question really fits the different types of solutions that you offer for your client. Okay. Here's another question. Do you find yourself struggling with your weight? Well, many people will say, yes, I sure do. And from there, they're going to dive into the article to find out, okay, what are they talking about when it comes to my weight? It might be, do you find it challenging to be creative in your business? I know I get that question a million times. Like, Kim, how can I infuse some more freshness to my business? So if I did a blog on that, someone or people who are struggling with that area is definitely going to be like, yes, I struggle with that. Okay, let me see what this article is about so I can learn more. So you get my gist here. The question has to be very specific to your audience. Okay. The next one is the how-tos. Okay, here's an example: how to get thinner thighs in 30 days, right? How to create 30 meals off of three ingredients. Like, excuse me, messaging like that will make you pause. Because if you want to learn something, if you're into creating engaging content, interactive content, how to's is great for someone that wants to really dig in. Okay. They work very well because people love information that shows them how to do something. Thousands and thousands of book titles begin with how to. If you don't believe me, go on Amazon, just type in how to, and you'll see how many books just come up, because people love to consume information. People love shortcuts. People love to dive in. People love information. So think of what you're offering, think of the benefits of what you're offering, and then start creating how to headlines. Okay. And if you say, well, Kim, I don't know if my content really fits that or if my audience really gravitates to the how to's, not a problem. All these headlines may not fit everybody's audience. However, for the most part, I would say 99% of any niche, any area of business or career, how to content is always necessary and needed. People love to learn. And here's a side note: if you create a business and product and services, etc., around teaching someone, they will stay longer with you. People love to be connected to brands. They love to be connected to businesses. They love to be connected to organizations that are teaching them something, helping them to grow, helping them to become better, because innately we all want to become better. So look at what you're offering, what you're putting together, and ask yourself, am I showing enough engagement in the type of content that's helping someone become better or challenging them to grow? So the next one is the testimonial. Okay. Now, this is very much rooted in before and after kind of results. Here's an example: Jane Smith's consulting is pure magic. Our sales have increased by 30%. Whenever we read testimonials that show someone not just, oh, so and so is amazing to work with, but more importantly, working with so and so, we saw a significant increase over the next 90 days. Saying something like that will make someone say, man, I want results. I want that type of increase, or I want that to happen in my family, or in my health, or in my career, whatever it might be. People find themselves attached to testimonials because they want to believe beyond anything that if I sign up with this program, or if I participate in this event, or if I attend this, or if I go there, whatever it might be, I'm going to get results. So when they see testimonials that give factual information or give precise information, it makes them more engaged. Okay. So this works really well with your current clientele base, people that have done the work with you, people that have worked with you. This is powerful. Okay. Their recommendations can go a long way in showing people what your services can do. Okay. Now, let me give you a little tip. Whenever you're putting testimonials and things on your promotional materials, your website, or whatever it might be, include their full names. Even include their websites if you're able to. I know in some capacities you can't put everyone's full information, maybe because security reasons or privacy reasons or what have you. But testimonials are more believable when someone can actually see their full name and reach out to them. Like, for example, in a lot of our content, we put everyone's website, we put their full name, because sometimes somebody might read a testimonial and say, you know what, I love what she said about working with Kim. Let me reach out to her so I can learn a little bit more. And I've had that happen 1,000,001 times. Because here's the thing: the minute they talk to someone and that person's able to share their experience, oftentimes you can gain a new clientele out of that. And all this starts with a headline. People read and they want to feel like this is going to be a good investment of their time and their money. Okay. Now, the next headline is the command. Okay. This is for those who want to cut to the chase. Boost your business today. Start today. Like, more choppier, more precise, more to the point kind of headlines can also work very well. You can turn your most important benefit, one of the most important things or solutions that you offer, into a commanding headline such as make more time for your family, look younger instantly, get 7 new clients this month. Okay. Also, by throwing a number into your headline is another good strategy, because readers seem to like odd numbers as opposed to even numbers. Think about that. How often do you see too many even numbers in headlines? I know it's crazy, but in the world of marketing, I can tell you odd numbers always seem to win out. Okay. So think about that. When you look at all your benefits, write them out and ask yourself, is there anything that can be quote unquote commanding, such as, like I mentioned, make more time for your family, look younger instantly, boost your business today, grab this new car today. Like those type of headlines sometimes causes people to say, yeah, I do want to make more time. Yeah, of course I want to look younger. Yeah, would love to have new clients every single month. When you create that kind of feeling, people are going to be more engaged and want to read on. Now, the last headline is the news. Okay. Here's an example: introducing our new Rest Assured tax service. Now, here's the thing. The news typically works the best if you truly have something big to announce that is of interest to the reader, like something that will make their career or business better. But strive not to make news out of something that really isn't news. This really works well if you know that you're getting ready to launch a really great new program that you know is going to be fantastic for your audience. This is where you can say, introducing, this is where you're launching, this is where you're creating some fun, creative headlines so that people can get interest, you can generate interest. This is where this works best, okay? Once your readers know you have something they're interested in, they'll take the time to read your entire article, brochure, letter, ad, website, whatever it might be. Infuse either one, two, or all, depending on your area of business, these different headlines. And just to recap, we went through the question, like, for example, are you worried about your financial future? We went through how to, example, how to get thinner in 30 days. The testimonial is the third one. And the example I gave was Jane Smith Consulting is pure magic. Our sales have increased by 30%. The fourth, the command. Boost your business today. The fifth, the news. Introducing our new Rest Assured tax service. So spend some time looking at what it is that you are positioning, what it is that you're communicating in your marketing copy, and ask yourself, are you creating something that will quickly get someone's attention so that way they'll spend more time with your content? And more importantly, when you create engaging content, it'll lead them down to the next step. They're going to want to go to your website. They're going to maybe sign up for your newsletter. They may even reach out and say, you know what? I love how you communicate. I love what you're sharing here. Would love a consultation. Or I would love to join your program. Whatever that might be, go through your headlines and ask yourself, are they engaging? Okay. I hope this has been helpful to you. I challenge you to spend some time with this area, because the saddest thing to me is when people put such incredible, amazing effort into what they're writing and creating for it not to translate in the ways that they desire. So thank you guys again for listening to another episode of our Behind Her Brand podcast. I am your host, Kimberly DeShields-Spencer. And if you would like to learn more about Behind Her Brand, join us over at www.behindherbrand.net.